Hi friends, welcome to this session. In this session, we are going to discuss about simple and compound interest. These simple and compound interest are very much helpful for you in placement tests and any government exams all over the world. So in most of the bank exams and railway exams and in many other competitive exams, these simple and compound interest has very much value. So definitely you're going to get 3 to 4 questions in bank examinations, and in like in some main examinations you'll be getting almost 5 to 7 questions. So they will be asking in different ways. So I'll be discussing in this video like what all models we will usually have in simple and compound interest. First we'll see like most of the models from we do have in simple interest. So if you follow this lecture carefully, so you will be able to answer any question I'm telling you from simple interest. Okay, so basically there are 5 to 6 models in simple interest. If you follow thus that 5 to 6 models, you will be able to answer any question from your examination. Okay, so you can write any placement test or any other exam that will be conducted on aptitude. If you follow these 6 or 5 models, this is more than enough to crack any question from simple and compound interest. Okay, so and most of the students also finding difficult to attempt these questions, so I'm giving you simple formulas or simple tricks. So I'm also like giving some suggestion for you, so do follow these tricks. That means like it is also like one step answers or direct answers we can say. So I'm providing you in this video, so let's dive into our video. So before starting this video, I want to ask a question like, I want like, what is interest actually? So question yourselves, what is interest? So actually the interest means, what is interest? So let me write interest. So what exactly this term mean is like, so basically interest means the amount of money paid that we have used someone else money. Okay, in simple words we can say, if you are using someone else money, so we are calculating some interest and paying them some extra money. For example, so in our daily life also we will be seeing what is interest and all. For example, let's take one example to get clear idea. So for example, so an interest of $20 or 20 rupees that was earned this year on your savings account. So in your savings account you have certain kind of amount. So on that amount bank will give you certain kind of interest. Why? Because you stored your money in the bank with them. Okay, so let's take one more example. Okay, let's take like an interest of 2000 rupees you paid as an interest this year on your home loan, or this month you can say. So that is called monthly interest or yearly interest. It depends upon you. Okay, so basically so we are discussing about interest. So let me write what all interest we do have in general. So we do have like two kind of interest, that is simple interest. Simple, we do have simple interest or compound interest. So these are the interest we usually have. So this is not same, these two are very different. So let's see what is simple interest first. Simple interest is nothing but simple interest was calculated based on the principal amount of your loan or deposit. Okay, so principal amount is denoted with p. So remember this word, your simple interest will be always calculated on your principal amount. So for example, if you have 100 rupees, so you will be calculating certain kind of interest on this sum of amount. Okay, so let's see what is compound interest. Compound interest is based on principal amount and the interest that accumulates on every time period. In simple words, compound interest is nothing but interest on interest. So what we can say, compound interest is nothing but interest on interest. So that is calculated on your interest on interest. That is called compound interest. So what I explained you till now is like, I have like explained what is interest for you and what is simple. What is simple interest or compound interest mean is like, simple interest in simple words we can say, we will be calculating interest on particular sum of amount, and compound interest is nothing but we will be calculating interest on interest. So you generally will be getting in certain kind of amount some interest will be getting. So in that interest also you are getting some other extra interest. So that is the main difference between simple and compound interest. So let's see, couple of scenarios so that you will be understand in a better way. So simple interest denoted with I. So I is the rate of interest. So I is the rate of interest. So it will be calculated. So P into T into R by per 100. For every 100 we are calculating this certain kind of calculation. So rate of interest is denoted with P into T into R by 100. So where P is the principal amount and T is the time period and R is the rate of interest. Okay. So remember one important point that I'm noting down here. So interest always always calculated on principal amount. So this is very important point you must remember in order to crack any simple interest sums. Okay. So this is the thing I'm like want to tell you. So before starting our problems. Okay. So this simple interest formula is nothing but extension of unitary method. So let's dive into models. We do have, as I said previously, we do have six models, six or seven models we do have in this simple interest. If you learn these six models, you will be able to solve any kind of problem from simple interest. So let's understand what exactly like how this simple interest formula will be useful for you in our calculations. So let's take. So if they given sum of amount, if we do have a sum of amount is like 8,000 rupees, 8,000 rupees. Okay. And we do have a rate of interest, they are saying like 10% per annum, 10% per annum. And T is nothing but like they are giving for 3 years. Let's take this scenario. T is giving this 3 years. So rate of interest, we need to calculate rate of interest per year. So first of all we need to calculate rate of interest per year. So simply we can say, see, in simple interest 10% of 88,000, 10% of 8,000 is nothing but first year amount, rate of like I mean interest you're getting. So in 10 in 8,000, 10% is nothing but 800. 800 simply we need to remove one zero, we get 10% value. So that 80. So 800. So 800 is the rate of interest for 1 year, but they are asking for 3 years. 3 years how much? So we can say simply 800 into 3. So your answer is going to be 2,400. So this is the rate of interest per 3 years. So this is like a very simple model usually get in your like any kind of exams or in placement test. Let's see another thing. So do follow this simple and compound interest problem step by step, so that will be clearer for you in a easy way. Okay. If you skip the process, you will also confused a lot while solving these questions. Okay. So let me take another example for you to get a clear overview of this topic. Like for example, like sum of amount they have given 4,500 rupees. Okay. So for this rate of interest they will be giving like 6% per annum, 6%. So this amount will be giving it 6% per annum. So in how many time period they will be giving? 1.5 years. So let's assume this scenario. So the rate of interest, first we need to calculate the rate of interest for 1 year. So if we got the rate of interest for 1 year, so it is very easy for us to calculate this off year, and then we can like add it, and then that is the solution for us. So let's see. So for 1 year it is easy to calculate like 6% of 4,500 is going to be our rate of interest for first year, right? So what is the 6% of I mean, let's take it as 45,000, so it will be more clear for us. So what is the 6% of 45,000? I think like so first we need to like we can also give a step. If you are confusing, directly give a step, don't hesitate to give. Okay. 6 into 45,000, 45,000 by 100. Okay. So we can calculate, we can cancel these two zeros. So 45 into 6, so 45 into 6 is going to be 2,700. So this is the amount for 1 year, so but we want for 1.5 years. So calculating for half year is also very easy, right? So 27,000, 2,700 divided by, like, exactly half is nothing but 1350. So 2,700 plus 1350 is going to be 4,050. So the interest we are getting for 1.5 years is going to be 4,050. So you can calculate, you can take multiple examples to get a clear overview. Now let's consider a note here. Okay, you need to consider a note, that is, you can, so you can take this as a notes, so it is very easy for you when going for an examination or any placement test to revise. Okay, so what exactly note I'm telling you is like, if we have any three variables out of, like, if we have like interest, principal, rate of interest, and time period, if we have these four, in these four, if we have any three, if we have any three, so it would be easier for us to calculate the rest two, remaining one. For example, we have already written a formula for interest. So rate of interest is nothing but p into t into r by 100. So in that way we can also take, like, we can also write a formula for p. P is nothing but I into 100 by I into 100 by r into t. So in similar way we can also write for rate of interest a formula that is I into 100 by p into t. So this formula is nothing but like extension of that rate of interest one. Okay, so t is nothing but I into 100 by p into r. Okay, so this is the main things. So what I'm able to, like, exactly want to tell you is like, if we have one variable, if we have three variables, it is easier, it is easy for you, for us to calculate the remaining variable, that is the fourth variable. So that is the main thing for any calculation. So enough of discussing the basics from simple interest. So let's dive into some real kind of like problems. Okay, so let me give you the first example. So I'm reading the question for you. So here saying like, rupees 7,000 invested at a particular simple interest for 3 years. It yields rupees 1,470. Find the rate of interest they are asking. So we need to calculate rate of interest. So in the question, so I'm writing for you, what they given is like here, rate of, like, principal amount is like 7,000 they have given, and t, time period they have given for 3 years, and simple interest they have given for, they're also given simple interest getting for these 3 years is 14, like 1470. So they're asking us to calculate what is rate of interest. So we do have a formula for rate of interest, that is interest into 100 by p into t. So that's what I'm saying, if we have three variables it is easier for us to calculate the fourth variable. Okay, so if you substitute the, like, things actually what we have, so like, it would yield the resultant. Okay, so the answer is going to be 1470 into 100 by 7,000 into 3. So if you calculate, the answer is going to be 7% per annum. So do take lot of examples to get a clear idea. So we do have some note here, that is, if time is given in months, we, so in, so here given in years, so there is no issue here. If time is given in months, so let's make it as a note. If time is given in months, we can divide that into 12, divide by 12. If time is given in days, so if time is given in days, that we need to divide by 365. So this is the simple note I'm giving you. Okay, so let's see second kind of model. So this is the first kind of model that usually given in many of the competitive exams or placement tests, and let's, like, slowly we are increasing our problem difficulty level. Okay, so let's, and that difficulty is also I'm giving you super easy tips. So do follow this step by step to crack any question from simple or compound interest. So let's dive into second model. So it is related to, so make it as second model I'm telling you. So the heading is like debit. So whenever you are having a debit or like debit or related words in your problem, then you have a small simple trick, that is like, so let's assume an example so that it will be more easier for you to calculate any sum regarding this. So like, let, so loan, so loan or debit, anything is fine, loan or debit. So let loan or debit is like nothing but rupees, let's consider as x. So loan or debit is stated as rupees x. So time for which debit is taken is t years. So the time period, so the time period for which the debit is taken is for, let's consider it as t years. Okay. So rate of interest at which this loan has been taken is r% per annum, r% per annum. So do follow this simple trick. So if you have this kind of scenario in any problem you face, okay, so just apply this simple formula, that is like, so like what is that formula exactly, is like x into x is nothing but the loan amount you have taken from your bank. Okay. So x into 200, x into 200 by 200 t, 200t. So 200t, here t is nothing but time period for which you have lent the amount, plus r. So r is the rate of interest, r into t, r into t into predecessor of x, predecessor of t, predecessor pre of t. So this is the simple formula I'm giving you. So if you're having any like a form like any problem regarding this, so what I written is like, observe carefully. So debit, so x is the amount you have and from the bank, and 200 by 200 into t time period, plus r rate of interest into t time period into predecessor of your time period, predecessor in the sense before value. Okay. So let's see one example to get a clear idea about this topic. So I'm reading question for you. So they are saying that at what annual payment will discharge a debit of rupees 1792 in 4 years at 8% per annum. So they have given all the information in the problem, like, so everything they've given, they're asking like debit related problem. So if it is a debit related problem, how we are handling this? We have a simple formula for this, like x into 200 by 200 t plus r into t plus predecessor of t. So simply they are giving, so x is nothing but here 1792 into 200 by, so 200, 200 into t is nothing but 4, they have given 4 here. Okay. In plus r into t is nothing but 8 of 4. So into predecessor of t. So 4, what is the predecessor of 4? 3. So this is the solution. So if you can cancel the cancellations, so 200 into 4 is going to be 800 plus 32 into 72. So if you cancel this, the answer is going to be 400 rupees. So this is the solution. So for more clarification, I'm taking another solution for you, not want to be hurry worry. So okay. So just taking like, I'm reading question for you. At what annual payment will discharge a debit of rupees 21,420 in a in 9 years at 10% per annum? So this is the solution, like question. So I'm writing direct answer for you. If you prepare, if you follow this formula, it will very easy for you. So in exam, simply you can, if you have formula in your mind, you can directly write 21,420 into, so 200 is the formula, 200 by 200, 200 into t, 200 into t is nothing but 9 years they have given, plus t into r 10. So rate of interest is 10% per annum into 9 into, so predecessor of 9 is nothing but 8. So if you calculate, you will get the solution, easy solution. So let's do this. So 21,420 into 200 divided by, this is 1800, 1800, 1800, like 1800 plus 90 and this 8. So if we calculate in the denominator, you're going to get is 2520. So if you cancel it, the answer is going to be 1720. So this is a simple solution. See friends how easy it was. If you follow that formula, so calculating simple interest for questions is very easy regarding debit. So if you want to follow the normal traditional method, you can follow, but you will be wasting huge time. So, and I also not recommend that kind of procedures in your like tidy competitive exams and any other exams, because it's waste of time. In certain kind of placement tests or competitive exams, only you are get like answer is the key role. Answer only plays the key role. So in that scenarios, you need to like use this like you need to use these tricks. I hope you understood these two models. I'm writing that I'm doing the third model for you. So this is also very important for different examinations. You can follow. Okay, you can also visit like previous year question papers. That is like having these kind of solutions is very common. This having this kind of questions is very common. Okay, so let's like write what is the third model for you. Set of problems in simplification, like simple and compound interest. The third one is like, so third set of problem is like when rate of interest is different for different time periods. So what they are saying, third set of problem is rate of interest is varies rate of interest is varies for different time periods. Okay, so for example, let's write for first T1 years, the rate of interest would be like R1% per annum. For next T2 years, R2% per annum. For next T3 for next T3 years, R3% per annum. So in this scenario, if you have this kind of scenario means you have a certain kind of formula. So what I explained is like exactly, if you have rate of interest varies in the sense, if rate of interest is different for different time periods. So for example, T1 years for R1% per annum, T2 years R2% per annum, T3 years R3% per annum. So in this scenario, we have a simple formula. We have when rate of interest is different for different time periods, so rate of interest will varies for different time periods. Okay, so in that in that scenario, we have simple interest formula. That is, simple interest is simply answered as sum by 100 into r1 t1 plus r2 t2 plus r3 r3 t3. Okay, so this is the formula we do have, and so on, we can also say so on. Okay, so let's see couple of examples to get a clear view in this kind of topics. So let's see like one example. So I'm reading question for you. A man invests rupees 20,000 for 8 years on simple interest. The rate of interest for first 3 years is 15% per annum. For next 3 years is 10% per annum. Find the interest he receives after 8 years. Okay. So simply substitute as it is. So we have three intervals. We need to substitute as it is. So they have given a simple interest. We need to calculate simple interest. We need to calculate for a sum of 20,000 rupees. For a sum of 20,000 rupees by 100. So okay, for first 3 years they will be giving like at 15% per annum. For next 3 years they will be giving like 10% per annum. For next 2 years they are saying, for next 2 years they are giving us 5% per annum. Okay, so we need to calculate simple interest in this scenario. Okay, so if we cancel these two and these two, so the like here 20 200 into 45, 45 plus 75, 75 and 85. Okay, 85. So 200 into 85 is our answer. So 200 into 85 is nothing but 1700 rupees. So this is the rate of interest. So see friends how easy it was. So if we see, like it is a simple one step answer. If you have formula in your whenever you are reading these kind of problems, if you have formula like in your mind, if you have formula, if you have by hearted this formula and remember this formula, so simple interest is given by p by 100 for different time periods, so we can directly answer this in single step. So this is, see friends, how time saving it is. So let's see one more example to get a clear idea. So I'm reading question for you. So the question is, a sum of money invested for 6 years yields 8% simple interest in first 3 years, 6% simple interest in next 2 years, and 4% simple interest in the last year. Find the amount invested if the total interest received is rupees 4800. So already written a formula for you. If you have like this if you have some rate of interest varies for different time periods, we do have a formula like p of, like, sum is calculated as p into rate of interest by R1 T1 plus R2 T2 plus R3 T3. Okay, so this is the sum we can calculate with that formula we do have earlier. So if we substitute as it is what we given in the question, 4800 into 100 by, so rate of interest for first year is 8, time period is 3 years, rate of for second rate of interest is 6 for next 2 years, and next for like R3 is nothing but next rate of interest is 4 for next 1 year. Okay, so if we calculate, so we can cancel like so 8 3 is 24, 24 plus 12 36, 36 and 40, so 40. So bottom we have 0, so this is assumed as 40. We can canceling this, so 4 is exactly 120 times of 120 times of 4800, so the answer is going to be 12,000. Okay, so answer is going to be 12,000. See friends, how easy it was if you know this formula. So in examinations you don't need to write this formula, you just remind this formula in your head and try to write in single step like this, so that is very easy for you. So let's moving forward to the fourth model. So until now we have seen three models in simple and compound interest, that is like only we have seen three models from simple interest. We do have three more models. If you follow that three more models, so you will be able to answer any question from simple interest. Well, I'm going to tell you is like fourth model. So this fourth model is like so this is the fourth model. Okay, when a sum of money becomes m times itself, so this is very important for any competitive exam you write. Okay, so mostly in bank exams or railway exams, this is the favorite question for the examiner. So what is this like? When we have a sum of like when a sum of money becomes m times itself, so let's directly jump into question for you. So I'm just giving one example so you will be able to understand clearly. Okay, so I'm reading question for you. A sum of money triples in 16 years at simple interest. Find the rate of interest. So they're asking. Okay. So for these questions, you have a simple formula, doubles or triples. If you have these kind of problems, so you have a simple formula that is 100 into 100 into m minus 1 by t. 100 into m minus 1 by t. So 100. So m is the doubles or triples. Okay. So in our question, they are saying the triples. Triples is nothing but 3 minus 1 by t. T is the time period. So here time period is 16. So 100 into 2 by 16. So simply one step answer, that is 8 times. So 1 by 8 is no, is going to be 12.5 percentage. So if you learn percentages, it will be easy for you. Okay, 12.5% per annum. So direct answer. Okay, so I'm also giving you the percentages problems explanation in the video link in the given description, so you can visit that. So so most of the simple and compound interest will run on percentages. If you don't know how to calculate percentages and all, so it is not like, it's like waste of time watching this video. Okay, so this is the fourth kind of problem we usually have in our examinations, and the fifth model is nothing but like whenever we are having a comparison between interest and principal, So this is the fifth model. So I hope this is the last model I'm giving you. So this is more than enough. Okay. So like that, this is the like what I'm exactly telling you is like when comparison between interest and principal is given. When comparison between interest and principal is given, so we can, so I'm reading question for you. If we like take directly a question, it is more clearer. Okay. A money lender lends a sum of money at 5% per annum, simple interest. In 6 years, the interest which amounted was rupees 560 less than the sum lent. Find the sum lent. So this is the question for you. So if we like if we have a shortcut for a shortcut here, that is like if less than, if less interest is, if we treat less interest, if we treat less interest as x, then rate of interest per annum is, and t is the time period. So directly we do have a formula for this. P is equal to 100 into x by 100 minus rt. So please note it down these formulas. It will be very helpful for you. It comes in handy. Okay. So 100 into x. So x is nothing but here 560. X is like, they in the question they are saying less than. So that is treated at x. So 100 into 560 by 70. So if you calculate, the answer is going to be 800 rupees. So this is the simple solution I'm giving you. Okay. So do follow these tricks that I have shared with you. So I hope this session is long, but it's very informative. So friends, here comes the summary of this session. So looks like it's a bit long session. So I just want to discuss what we have discussed until now. So in this summary, I just want to keep it short. That is like we have discussed five models. So starting from interest, we have discussed in this session like what is interest and all, and what is simple interest, what is compound interest we have learned, and we have completely learned about simple interest in this session. Like in these next coming sessions, we also discuss what is compound interest and all. But let's see. So we have discussed five models regarding simple and simple interest. That is like first kind of model is like we have four variables, namely interest, principal, rate of interest, time period. So we have discussed first kind of model. The second kind of model is like debit related problems. So we have given a formula for debit related formula problems to crack it easily. And the third set of problem is like rate of interest varies. Rate of interest varies for different time periods. So third model is nothing but rate of interest varies for different time periods. So we also given a set of formula for this. So whenever we have a rate of interest varies for different time periods, we do have simple formula to crack the solution easily in just minutes. And the fourth set of model is like we have a sum of money doubles itself in a certain kind of years, or triples, or four times, or five, six times, anything. It depends upon the question. Okay. So if we have this kind of set of problem, we do have a small a formula for this. So we given that. And the last model I given you is like comparison between interest and principal amount is given. So how to calculate the scenarios. So these are the five scenarios I've discussed with you today. So these are very important or very useful handy in your examinations to crack any question from simple interest. So I hope you like this session. So if you like this session, give a like, share, comment, and do share this video to your friends and colleagues who are preparing for competitive exams and any other placement tests. I hope it was helpful. Thank you.